What is good, guys, and welcome to another video. Today, well, I've got something special for you, and you've always heard me talking on the channel how much I love rotaries and how one day I'd love to get one. So one of my friends who owns actually the very chassis that I love the most, the FC, brought me this to play with, and it's got some fruit in there. So let's check it out. So this thing here is an FC RX7 Series 4, but I don't really know much about it. So how about we get Matt to tell us a little bit more. This is Matt.
Hi guys.
He actually works for a company called Direct Clutches that we deal with a lot. So we actually get to talk a fair bit over the phone sometimes when we're ordering clutches for people. This one's got a twin plate clutch from your company, right?
Yeah, billet twin plate.
Sweet. So it's gonna have a nice rattle on idle.
Yeah, just when you press the pedal.
Just when you press the pedal, cool. So tell us a little bit about your car. What's like the most important key factor that you think anyone would want to know right off the bat?
Oh, it's all the engine for me.
All the engine? All right, well, let's start with popping the hood. Normally, I do a walk around and look at the car. Actually, let's do a quick walk around. So you've got, what wheels are these, man? Rays?
They are Rays. They're made by Rays Engineering for Mazda as a Mazda Speed wheel. So they're to replicate the two-piece wheel used in the
Mazda
Le Mans
Speed
race cars.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
They're in good condition too. And you've got center caps.
And center caps.
Yeah. Brakes, are they standard or are they upgraded?
Standard brakes, just upgraded rotors and project move pads.
Yep.
The brakes on this car are pretty good from factory, so they work well.
Sweet. Anything going on like drivetrain wise? Have you changed the transmission, diff, or anything like that?
No, drivetrain wise, just the factory LSD in the back. It does have a stronger tail shaft.
Yep.
Standard FC
Cool.
gearbox. It's been refreshed. And yeah, as you said before, the billet twin plate in there.
Sweet, sweet. And I have to admit, these are these Series 5 seats?
Yeah, Series 5. The Series 4s are a bit not so good.
Not so good. Yeah, I agree with you there. I really love these seats. I didn't know the Series 5 looked this different. This is great. Yeah. I'm learning so much today, and I love that dash. All right, let's pop the engine bay and see what we got under the hood. Ooh, you like your crinkle black paint, hey?
Yeah, fan of the wrinkle paint.
Yeah, I am too. It looks great. So you've obviously got a little Johnny down here. What is that?
That's a Garrett 35R, so the 3582R.
3582R, GT or GTX series?
GT. It's still ball bearing, but yeah, not the fancy Gen 2 just yet. Cool.
So it looks like you're running some type of aftermarket ECU because I see you got a map sensor, you got a fuel pressure sensor and stuff like that. So what are you running in this? Yeah,
it's got a 1000 series Haltech.
Okay.
It's a Haltech Sport 1000, I think they call it.
Yep.
Perfect for the rotary.
For these things, yeah.
4 injectors and 4 coils, so it's
perfect.
To a T.
And then looks like you got RX8 coil packs.
Yeah, RX8 coil packs.
Yep. Cool.
Much better than the factory.
You know what? I have to admit, like, I've seen a lot of like, you know, just rotary builds and stuff that are normally like crazy shiny and blingy in the engine bay. But I love how yours is like just super like looks low key because of all the crinkle black paint and stuff. And the way that you've put that turbo down there is nice and tidy too. You don't really notice it until you get down in there, right?
No, that's right.
That's great. So aftermarket radiator, obviously.
Yeah, it's a PWR radiator in there.
Oh, the best of Australia.
Yeah, very good stuff.
Also the most expensive in Australia.
That's the only problem.
That's the only problem with PWR.
Kept all the factory shrouding, and there's an intercooler hidden down in the front there as well.
Nice. PWR as well?
No, it's just a cheap one.
Just a cheap one? Cheap China? Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah. Well, it looks like you've got some MCA blues in this as well. Nice.
Yep.
Cool. All right,
this work well. They're not too stiff, and they're nice.
Sweet. Well, I'm really excited. I really just want to drive this. This will be actually the very first FC I've ever driven on, like ever in my life.
Oh, nice.
So.
Well, I hope you like it. It's small.
It's small.
You're gonna have trouble fitting in there.
I'm gonna have trouble fitting in there.
But you'll be all right.
It's not the only time I've heard that on my first time. Anyways, let's get in the cockpit and take a look at what's going on there. Having a quick look at the interior, this thing is in immaculate condition. I don't see any cracks whatsoever in the dash. Everything just looks, Are you selling this?
No, keeping this.
Oh man, this is cool. Original wheel as well. That's another thing that's kind of unique about this because a lot of people switch this out. Yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna stop talking now. We're gonna start it up, let you guys listen to the exhaust note, and then we'll take it for a quick drive. All right, let's start this puppy up. Oh, way too keen for this. I love how rotaries sound when they start. It seems like they spin so easily. Kind of reminds me of a car with no compression with all the spark plugs out. Anyways, let's listen to this exhaust note. Yo, this is a cool sticker. Should put that on the Civic. Sounds good. All right, let's go take this thing. Hang on, I just noticed something interesting. There's one fire extinguisher there, and then it looks like there's a second one hidden under there. There you go. I guess you need multiple fire extinguishers when you own a rotary.
Gotta be safe.
Gotta be safe, extra safe. All right, cool. Let's go for a drive. All right, here we go. That just happened.
Pretty normal.
You saw it here first. Stalled it instantly. I know, I couldn't get over that. Oh, there it is. Okay, now we found the point. We're good. Later. Oh, that was embarrassing in front of everyone. I have to admit, right off the bat, this thing feels so good. Like, this thing actually feels so good to just, I stalled it out of the driveway again. Oh man, this clutch is really sensitive. Okay, so we're already at 5,000 RPM, climbing up to 5.5. Man, rotaries are confusing, hey. I don't mind it, like I'm just saying it's weird being at such a high RPM and it feels like you're not. You know, like in my RB, it'd just be struggling because it's like, hey, I'm already up this high, but this is awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little second gear pull, see what we're like. Woo! Okay, I want one. I want an FC. What? This thing's actually a little bit rowdy. Okay, okay. And the transmission's really notchy too. It kind of reminds me of like a T56 or a like CD09. Hang on, let's just do another rolling in on second. The clutch is so sensitive, I love it. All right, so we're... Woo! Yeah, okay, okay. I'm keen. Everything about this car is... Oh man, I want one. It feels so good to drive. Like the power steering input is minimum. Like it's so smooth, the wheel. It doesn't feel like stiff or boggy. It's really easy to drive. The brakes feel good. The acceleration, like the accelerator input feel, like response is good. It is a bit laggy. Like, I mean, well, I'm going by like in my Skyline, right? I'm at 4,000 RPM. There comes the turbo. Woo! Okay. Yeah, this is awesome, hey. So, like, in all honesty, it's not that bad. Like turbo comes on, I feel like around 4,000, 4,500 RPM. Oh man, I just keep stalling this thing. Twin plate billet clutch. Gotta get used to it. It's like right at the floor. It's so sensitive, I love it. This is what all good clutches should feel like. There's a free, oh look, you can see the Civic skid there. Yeah, wow, this clutch is crazy. There we, we're good. This thing, all right, so we're in first. Oh, first gear is good. This thing just sounds so great. I can't get over how easy it is to drive. Dude, I just figured out that the indicator stalks and stuff are like little tap things on the dash. What the hell? That is awesome. And they're not attached to the steering column. That is so cool. Okay, back onto the car. I can't fault this thing. Like, I can't fault it. It feels so good. It's so easy to drive. The only thing that makes it difficult is like the clutch is so stiff and sensitive. It's just on or off kind of thing. But that's like, I'm used to that. Race car is life, right? I just can't get over how easy it is to drive this thing. I really just want to forget about the review video and just take this thing for a drive and enjoy it. It's so good. It comes on so good. So yeah, full boost seems to be at like 4,500 RPM. and it's just super consistent. It feels like it's got like 350, 400 horsepower. I'm not sure, I'll have to ask him. Like, it just feels so... Woo! Feels so good. Hang on, I just realized he's said to flick this switch up once I get used to the power that it's at. I think he said this is like high boost setting. So we'll flick that switch on and we'll do a second gear pull and see what that's like. Because if that was low boost, that felt really good and consistent. I wonder what this is going to be like. About to find out. Okay, that's scary. That's scaring me. Yeah, this is going to be like a 400 horsepower car. It is a bit laggy down low, but it gets up to high RPM so easy and quick that it's just like pretty much driving an RB with a big, you know, Garrett GTX 35R on there. This thing feels so good. All right, I'm going to stop driving on the high boost setting and we're just going to pull back into OG because that, man, that feels so good. Oh, and I stalled it again. Should be okay. There we go, we're good. Okay. Wow. You know what, I have to say, for my first time driving an FC, I think I couldn't have picked a better car. So thank you so much, Matt, for bringing this to me. I'm so happy I got to drive this, because now this just makes me want to buy an FC so bad. We definitely have to. I mean, I was already going to buy an FC at some point in my life when I can afford it, but this just confirms it. And that high boost setting was nuts. It's got to be 400 horsepower. Let's talk to Matt, ask him what power figure this thing's at, and wrap this thing up, because I have no words, guys. Like, I could barely fault this thing. It felt so good. Only things is, it's a little bit laggy, but it's a big turbo on a little rotary. Steering wheel's a little bit too far away, but I'm a tall, lanky guy, so that's normal. These were built for small Japanese people. Clutch is super sensitive, but race car is life. I'm used to that. I'd get used to that really easily. And it did feel like the brakes kind of got a little bit spongy, like the more and more I got into it and the more I was using the brakes. So maybe a bigger brake kit would probably be nicer to slow this thing down, because I felt like the brakes towards, once they got heated up a bit, I don't know if I wasn't putting enough pressure on this or I'm just not used to the booster that's in this car, but they did feel like they could have had a bit more in them. I don't know, I felt like I would have liked to have been able to slow down a bit faster. That's all I'm saying. But this thing just gives you this sense of like you're going way faster than I think you actually are, that scares me. But it also it's just the sound and everything all combined. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just wrap it up with that. I really can't fault this thing that much. Yeah, I want an FC, guys. This was awesome. Man, this thing was so awesome. Matt, this thing is so cool. It scared me a little bit on the high boost switch setting that you told me about.
I'm glad you tried it.
But damn, this thing is such a good example of an FC. I'm so glad you let me drive it, man, because this is just further making me want a rotary. And my favorite chassis of all is the FC. I just love the rear end and how the tail lights look. But I gotta ask you, I never asked you before, how much horsepower does this thing make? Because I was out there and I felt like on the low setting it was like 350-ish, but then the high setting was like high, like maybe low 400s or something.
Yeah, well, flicking that switch makes about 100 wheel horsepower. So it goes from about 300 wheel horsepower just on normal wastegate pressure. Flick the switch, it goes to 400 wheel horsepower at 15.
So it's literally, that's like my NOS button in the Civic. I push a button and I get 75 horsepower.
You had to practice this week. Yeah.
Man, I have to say that it did give me a little bit of a fright. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it just makes me want one so bad. Thank you so much, Matt.
I'm glad you liked it, Sam.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No,
you're good? You don't want to tell the world anything?
No, it's all good.
That's all good.
I'm happy you liked it. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Yeah, man, I'm just blown away with this thing. I don't have anything else to say. This thing was just a dream come true for me. The only thing that would make it better is if you let me drift it.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So I feel like rotaries would be like so different, like dancing on the pedal wise, like compared to everything else I've driven.
You'd have to be keeping it up near the line, but once it's there, you'll be Just
Yeah.
the noise and everything all at once.
The noise, like it would just be such a sensory overload that it would just give. Oh, it'd be so cool. The
If it
adrenaline.
wasn't so clean, I'd love to have a drift.
Yeah, right. Definitely just want to get like a beat up shell, right, and just
That's
have
it.
some fun
You're
with
right.
one. All right, cool. Well, thanks heaps, Matt. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
No worries. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm smiling like a kid in a candy store right now. Once again, thank you so much to Matthew for bringing me this gem of a car. Where is it? There. I'm absolutely blown away, and I can't wait to get my own one day. I know I keep saying that, but I really do. I want every car, man. I just want to get like a farm and just get all the cars in the world and just bring them there, care for them and look after them. I should shut up now. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Glad we finally got some rotary love on the channel. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao, matane.